So I think often there's a vital skill or practice that gets overlooked when we think about magic and how we can enhance our magic. And that skill is meditation. And that's why I've picked this card. Even though this is the Wheel of Fortune, I liked it because it seems to have a Buddha character on it in a meditation position. So I wanted to talk through some of the benefits of meditation that I found and how they relate to not only magical practice but devotional practices or spiritual practices or whatever you want to call them. So for me, I like to meditate first thing of the morning. I come downstairs, have some breakfast and then sit in the quiet and do about 10 minutes of meditation. For me, it really helps me to sit with myself in that stillness, in that quiet, before the rush of the day happens, before I need to engage with the material world, the mundane. It helps me tune into a deeper part of myself, and I have trouble defining what the self is because I'm not sure we can. That's probably another topic for another video. That's my interest in non-dualism coming in. When I'm in head mode and I'm getting on with things, I'm at work and things like that, it's almost like I'm not in touch with that deeper part of myself, but meditation helps me to sit with that. And I think getting in touch with that deeper part of ourselves, whatever we define that to be or however that feels, is an important part of magical practice and devotional practice. It helps to create stillness and create focus and concentration, and those are skills which are important in magical practice. We don't want to be distracted when we're performing magic. We want to be focused on the thing that we're doing. And I know that people struggle with meditation sometimes, thinking that they're doing it wrong because their minds keep wandering. But actually, that is the whole part of it. Meditation is a practice. It's not getting to a point of perfection. It's about bringing your mind back onto the present, onto where you are in that moment. That is the skill that you are cultivating. So in that way, you want your mind to wander because you want those opportunities to bring your mind back. So equally, when you're performing magic or you're performing rituals or devotional practices, you want to be able to focus. And if your mind is wandering, and my mind does wander, I might think about things that I need to do, or maybe I've had a bit of a difficult day at work and I've got aspects of that running through my mind. I want to be able to bring my mind back onto the thing that I'm doing. I don't want to get distracted. But that's what the mind does. And meditation is helping me to build that skill. Another aspect of meditation that I have found helpful is that it helps me to tune into my body. So one of the practices I do sometimes is moving my attention between the five senses. So sight, although I do have my eyes closed, so it's just being aware of what I can see with my eyes shut, and sometimes I see weird patterns and things like that with my eyes shut. So it's the five senses, and particularly with the body and tuning into how my body's feeling, because I do feel that I ignore that sometimes. And again, I think being in tune with how we're feeling in those different senses is an important part of magical practice. We need to know how we're going into performing a ritual, if we're feeling a bit tired maybe, or if we're feeling a bit distracted in other ways. Being aware of that so that we can address it before we go into that ritual or that devotional practice, so that we can bring our full present self to it. Equally, although meditation the aim of it isn't to relax us, it's not a relaxation practice, I personally do find that meditation helps to relax me. It's a way of me grounding, especially if you do like a meditation and you focus on your breath. I do think that can help to ground you. It certainly helps to ground me. I've talked about in another video, grounding and centering techniques are useful both before magical practices and afterwards, to get us ready for the magical practice when we're doing it beforehand, and also ground us back, get us ready for going back into the mundane world if we're doing it afterwards. Being able to tune in with ourselves emotionally and use the meditation techniques to help ground ourselves. I know it's a different technique, but focusing on the breath, I think, can help us get the most out of our magical practice. I also think meditation helps me to tune in to, I don't know if you'd call it a higher self, I don't know. It just feels like it takes me out of me as a person who goes to work, lives, eats, does all that mundane stuff. It takes me out of that. I don't become somebody else, but I get a better sense that I'm not just this body and this mind. There is something else there, or there's something more fundamental or deeper there. I don't know if this is my kind of non-dualism coming in, where we are actually not separated, or my belief is we're not separated from the essence that's out there. We are actually it, but we have manifested as this. I don't know. Meditation just takes me out of that humanness, if you like, and taps me into something deeper. I can't explain it, I don't know, and that's probably not helpful for you. But if you have tried meditation, if you've done meditation and you can relate to that, please let me know in the comments. Or maybe if you feel something totally different when you meditate, let me know. I'd be really interested to hear your experience. I do also think meditation's improved my ability to notice. So if we've performed magic for a particular result, magic sometimes shows up in ways that we don't expect, or it may not be as straightforward as we think it will be. I think meditation has helped with my ability to notice, because when you meditate, you are bringing your focus in to what's happening now. You're continually bringing your mind back from its chatter to where you are now. And I think it's so easy to not notice or not pick up on the little things in the mundane that indicate to us that the magic has happened or the magic is happening. It's so easy to not notice it when we're in the middle of doing and being busy. I do think meditation has helped me to notice those little things, because you do notice a lot more when you're meditating. You notice your mind a lot more. You notice the feeling in your body. If you liken it to a radio signal, you're more tuned in through meditation than perhaps you would be normally. And so I've noticed things that have shown up in the mundane, which I don't think I would necessarily have noticed had I not been practicing meditation. I think they would have passed me by. And if you go on YouTube, there are lots of different meditations you can do. You can do meditations that focus on breathing. You can do like a 5 senses meditation. There are apps like Headspace or Calm, but there are plenty on YouTube that you can listen to for free. But what I do think is it's important not to neglect meditation. I don't think you have to sit there for hours and hours each day. I do 10 minutes each day, and maybe I could do more, but 10 minutes at the moment is doable, and I found that that's made a difference. I hope that's been helpful. Please feel free to share your experiences of meditation in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you again soon. Bye.